Let's get to the back on track section now. Teams that maybe lost last time, but now it looks like after what we saw today, they're back on track. We'll put the Chiefs in that category, even though after the first, 10, 15 minutes of this game, it was like they're not back on track.
No.
They come back to beat the Raiders 31-17, despite being down 14-0 in the second quarter. Good news for them. It's their 10th straight win when coming off a regular season loss. So they're like, eventually we're going to come back out on top here. Didn't look like that after Josh Jacobs ran for that long 63-yard touchdown. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Tearing up the defense now, too. And is this offense going to get back on track? They haven't scored in the second half and 4 games. They got back on track. What was the biggest bright spot for you in this game where maybe the offense had to at least early on bail out the defense?
Yeah, I think it got to 14-0. And they went, to your point, like, whoa, we're not going to be able to play the game we've kind of wanted to play lately, which is defense, run the ball, and Mahomes will make a few plays here. And they kind of had to get more wide open with it. And honestly, I felt like Mahomes got in a groove because of it a little bit as well. I think the big thing is they might have found their guy at receiver. We'll see where that goes. He's been having his moments, over the last month or so where you go, ooh, this guy can be the guy.
Let's go inside the numbers, powered by AWS. You led us there. The new go-to guy for the Kansas City Chiefs could be Rashee Rice. Next Gen Stats says he set a career high in targets with 10, receptions with 8, yards with 107, and he gained 37 yards over expected. The first Chiefs wide receiver to gain over 30 in a game this season. So what that means is that once he caught the ball, Next Gen Stats is like he's going to go down.
Yeah.
And he didn't go down,
No.
so we didn't expect that. 37 yards more than they expected.
That was his big thing at college. At SMU, one of the things I loved about him was he breaks a lot of tackles. I mean, he does. He's a pretty big, powerful guy for the receiver position. And we saw today, when he opens up, he can cover some ground, like for real. But we've been talking all year. It can't just be Travis Kelce and Pacheco in the defense. That's not going to get them to the Super Bowl if that's where they want to go. There's got to be somebody at the receiver position that steps up that makes a defense at least think about that position in some big moments. So I think that's where it's awesome for Rashee Rice. And, to the point you just made, he's can do the system stuff, but he can catch a shallow cross and break a tackle and run up the sideline for 40 yards. And he's got enough size and body control to where he can be on the outside and it's one-on-one. And, hey, he's kind of covered, but he's a big body, and I'll, use my big body and strong hands and catch the ball there. So hopefully they got something. But it felt like a game, and this is where the Raiders are coached well. They came out pretty creative on the offensive side of the ball. They were making plays in the pass game. Aiden O'Connell looked really good. You said it. Josh Jacobs breaks a big run. You're going, damn, they're kind of running the ball in the Chiefs too. This is scary, right? What's going to happen? But it's almost like gotten down 14-0 gave Mahomes the green light to go like, okay, I can start being aggressive now. They need me to come back so I can start being aggressive. And with the Raiders, the defensive scheme is very good, but they just don't have the Jimmies and the Joes. Once you block that Joe named Max Crosby over there, there's nobody else. You look at that. Who's going to contain Mahomes? Who's going to run him down? Who's going to cover some of these receivers after he buys 7 seconds downfield on the Raiders that we are going to go, oh, yeah, that's what we thought would happen, right? So I think that was the impressive thing for the Chiefs. Definitely came out kind of asleep at the wheel, hangover from a game they should have won maybe on Monday night against the Eagles, right? Thinking, oh, we're going to steamroll this Raiders team. They got punched in the mouth, but they reacted the appropriate way and bounced back in a big way.
And that was Inside the Numbers, powered by AWS. The Raiders lose for the 6th straight time versus the Chiefs, held to 21 points or fewer in 11 of the 12 games this season. So I wonder if, as we start to think about what these teams may be in the future, and the Raiders not out of it. They're 5-7. Who knows? They could get hot. They've looked good. They've looked better.
Yeah, they're playing. Crazy. They're playing quality football.
Raiders every year they just got to fire their head coach, and then it's just like Rich Bisaccia. I was like, oh, maybe he should be the guy now. Antonio Pierce, maybe he should be the guy. Like, what do we think about this offense for the Raiders? Like, what are they going to be? Right, you got Devontae Adams there, of course, and Josh Jacobs. Like, are they sticking around for the next wave? Aiden O'Connell's probably not the guy.
I know,
it's like,
right?
Where are they offensively?
It's like patchwork stuff, and it's like all going to be about the regime that comes in next year and what they want to do with this football team. I mean, the way they are right now and where we are and the pay and everything like it, like, I wouldn't be surprised to see Devontae Adams up for trade bait next year. He's going to get to the point where he's like, I don't want to be a part of the rebuild. He's going to probably, be a squeaky wheel behind the scenes a little bit, and he's a big asset to where they could help rebuild their football team. Josh Jacobs, do I envision them paying him big money? No. Is Aiden O'Connell the answer forever? No, I don't think he is either, right? So, they're just making do with what they got right now. What they do got is a good running back who is playing awesome. They do have two pretty reliable receivers in Adams and Myers. O'Connell knows how to play the position, but he's not going to wow you. They got to play perfect to beat a team like the Chiefs. And, the missed field goal at the end of the first half where they had a chance to go up 17-14 and put the pressure back on the Chiefs a little bit. They missed that, and he kind of felt like that took the air out of the Raiders altogether. And then the Chiefs go down to start the second half, touchdown, and he kind of felt like that was all she wrote.
The Chiefs are back. They get the win.
Yo, what up, homies? Thanks for watching. Remember, subscribe to Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Right now, we got Sunday pod, right? So you can have it Monday morning. We recap all the action. Wednesday, it's the What the Happened podcast. We're going to get deep in the weeds on the key matchups of the week. And then Thursday, I'm picking games with that jerk Florio. So you know where to find us, homies. Keep watching. Peace out. We'll see you.